see. Students of the week. Oh, one of my favorites. Camden Dempsey. Love him. Sophomore long snapper. He's going to be the darn governor of this state one day. He's unbelievable. I don't know how to pronounce George's last name.
Oh, no way.
Oh, no way?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. It's good. Business, I'm sorry, Camden with business, finance, and marketing. Unbelievable. Honor Shador, named to David O'Brien class of 2023. Fisher candidate. Travis Hunter, honorable mention for the lot. Trophy to Paul Hornick, award player of the week. Travis officially named a semifinalist of the Thorpe Trophy, which I think we already have two of them here. So TV ratings, Colorado, third most watched game. CU now has over almost 51 million viewers this season. Sell out the street. Previous CU remains. Okay, let me address this. You know, our kids got robbed during the game last week. I think that's a travesty, and I would expect the NCAA to do something about that. These are college kids. I'm pretty sure they don't think about insurance at this point in this juncture in their life. We've talked about NILs and how to really maintain their finances. We've pretty much given them financial planners and giving them the resources for that. But the insurance part of it, we slipped, and we didn't really educate them on that. So I wish, I know the kids will be forthright in what was stolen, and some of our just staff members as well. And now all that stuff should be replaced. This is the Rose Bowl. They said the granddaddy of them all, right? I'm sure granddaddy has some money. Grandpa should have some money to get his kids. I'm gonna have a list laid out from these young men, and I know they're gonna be truthful about what they lost, so we can try to get that back for them. They may not be able to get the items back, but we should be able to reimburse them. That was unbelievable. But I did hear that the home team was robbed as well. So I don't know, but I did hear that. But that don't make no sense when you're out there balling and playing your heart out and you get robbed in the same aspect. So I hope we could do something about that NCAA. You do something about everything else. Do something about that. When it comes to kids, in regards to the kids, NCAA, you do something about everything else. Do something about this one. Okay, let's get down.
Questions? Adam, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Coach Adam. What's your Tiger 24/7 Sports?
Yes,
How is Shador doing physically?
Oh, he's good. He's good. I'm think I'm gonna give him another day or so off, so he can heal properly, and so he could be his best. His best. We want his best, and he's doing well, mentally, physically, as well as psychologically.
Mick, go ahead.
Hey, Coach Nick Miller, Fox 31. Building on that question, as the roster is constructed now, how do you devise a scheme to be able to protect Shador and also allow him to have his skill set be at the forefront?
We can do it. I believe in the staff that we have on hand. I believe in the staff that they can do it. And I have the utmost of faith in them. Also, I had a private, personal meeting with the whole offensive line, and the meeting was phenomenal. I have the utmost thought process that those guys are going to step it up tremendously, and you're going to see more cohesive, more aggressive, more physical, more prepared group than ever before this weekend. I really do believe that.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Mr. Fox 24/7 Sports. When on the recruiting side of things, when there's a loss like that, when there's an obvious glaring issue, do you see that as a deterrent for recruits, or do you see that as an incentive?
Are you kidding me? As a deterrent? No, not whatsoever. I'm not gonna say it's a blessing, but our phone rings wonderfully, and they know we ain't hard to find in certain areas. So when you see something, first of all, when you're on television, as much as we on television, recruits want that exposure. That's the first and foremost thing for recruits, and being able to be developed and understand what's at stake, understand the type of quarterback that you have on hand, as well as receivers and running backs, and you just need that one component. And these guys, first of all, they're going to step it up. You're going to see that. But secondly, yeah, You got some guys that, you'll see the commits come in. You'll see them.
Go ahead.
Hi, Coach. McGill Herb, student independent. All season long, you've inspired everyone with I Believe.
Yes.
And we are coming off with 2 tough losses.
Mhm.
How do you continue to inspire the team to go out and win the last 2 games?
First of all, I believe that everyone that's inside this locker room and on this staff, and this is the way I look at it. It's been one game that we've truly got our butts kicked. I mean, kicked. There was no winning in that. When we got off the bus, and darn, I think it was 40 points on the scoreboard when we looked up there. So Oregon did their thing. Every other game we've been in, we've had a chance to win those games. It was 7-6 at halftime, you know, and we come up and give up something. So now I think it's 14-6. We're still in the game. We still have an opportunity. That's promising for not only the kids that play for us, the coaching staff, the fan base. It's promising because we had an opportunity to win those games. We just got to learn how to win, and we're gonna be okay. So we love the direction that we're headed. It could be tremendously the other way, but when you have an opportunity to beat ranked teams, that's tremendous for us. We just got to do it.
Go ahead, Jason.
Hey, Coach, a little lighthearted twist for you. Just a little over a year ago, we lost Mike Leach.
Yeah.
And he had a real viral moment a few years before that where he was asked to rank his top 5 Halloween candies. So did you rank your kids?
I'm
You know
not
any thoughts on that?
I'm not a candy guy. I don't eat much candy whatsoever. I'm not a candy guy. If I had to rank my number 1 candy, it would be now latest. Some of you might have to ask what that is.
What is that?
All the black folks, can you tell the white folks what it is? It's good. It's good. I'll order you something. I'll go on Amazon and get you something. But a pack of Nanalators is everything to me. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna break your teeth on those now.
Yeah, so you know what time it is, huh?
Yes, you know, I know.
Yeah, here you go.
Ariel, we're shooting 9 News. You know, these 8 p.m. games, I know you've been pretty vocal about not
Yeah.
enjoying them. But your team has also kind of come out to some either sluggish starts or has like lost some energy from them. How do you get the team to, like, what do you do for these 8 p.m. games? How do you get them prepared? How do you get them to keep the energy up?
We have different ways to keep their energy up. And the guys that love this game, you have no problem with their energy being up. It's the guys that don't love the game. We got to minimize that and make sure we put the guys out there that love to play. So it's not hard for these guys to get situated and desire to play these games because first and foremost, many of their family members are here and they want to put on a show for their family members and their girlfriends or loved ones, and they just want a shot at the next level. And they know not only a multitude of people in this country is watching, but scouts are watching as well. So I think it's on them to get themselves up, but we know how to motivate them tremendously.
Hey Coach, Jack Carlo with the Buffalo's Wire. Saw Caleb Mathis on Saturday get his first.
Yes.
Most actions he's had all year.
Yeah.
What did he do to deserve that?
He runs routes at the right depth. He turns around and catches the ball consistently. Every day in practice, he does it. Anytime you put him out there, he does what's right. He don't have many busts whatsoever, meaning running the wrong routes, running the wrong plays, running the wrong depth. And Shador has a chemistry with him as well. So that's what he did to earn it. He's a consistent football player, and we love him.
With that.
Hey Coach, Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera.
Yes,
Loved
sir.
Down Laters as a kid. One asked about Alton McCaskill.
Yeah.
I know he's healthy, he's been back in there, but with an injury like that, is he still maybe searching for that extra gear or maybe the confidence he played with at Houston a couple years ago?
Alton, I don't want to know if he want me to disclose what transpired. You know I'm always honest with you guys and straight up. I don't lie to you guys and falsify anything. Alton came in my office yesterday and he wanted to be redshirted, which I think is very wise, which I'm all for him. If he would have wanted to continue to play, I'd have been all for him. He's one of my favorite human beings on this team. He's a great young man, was raised properly, and he wants it. But he does understand that it's been a while since he has had his full strength and full potential and ability to move and cut and explosion, and he understands that. So he wants to train and work his butt off and get into shape and come back in the spring and earn that number one spot. That's what he echoed to me, and I love it. I saw him today on the scout team going 100 miles an hour, trying to get guys to look and just being the player that he is. He's a great team guy. He's a great human being. He's a great young man. So that's where he is right now.
Hey Coach, Nick Ross, Al Henderson.
How you doing, sir?
I'm great. Just to clarify, did you have anything stolen from you at the Rose Bowl?
No, oh God, that was a good one that I just had. I'm thinking ahead. No, I didn't. I've been gotten enough.
Okay, so then my question for you is, after reflecting on the
that was
game.
good, wasn't it? That was good. Lord help me. I'm so stupid, Lord help me, please. I'm sorry. Excuse me?
That's all right. Probably better than my question I'm about to ask you. But anyway, after reflecting on the game, the defense and the way that they fought, are you happy with their effort at least?
Yeah,
And are they moving in the
no,
right
I'm happy
direction?
with everything they did. Shoot, what we had, 3-4 turnovers in the first half. We gotta cash those in. We gotta score. I mean, it's a whole different game. And you come out the second half, okay, we blew a couple things, and it didn't go like we expected on that half. But I like what they did, and I like the effort that we gave. I truly do. We're building. We're getting better and better, and I like that. I like that.
Hey Coach, Packer, Associated Press. You planned for everything, and one thing you couldn't plan for was a theft like that. But so what kind of safeguards do you put in place to make sure that nothing like this happens again for your team?
Well, like what? Well, I don't understand.
Like, just make sure that, no kind of theft, I mean.
Oh, we don't get robbed?
Yeah.
Oh, we leave our own security. We don't depend on someone else's security. We leave our own security in the locker rooms and make sure we're straight by our own means. But you gotta understand, that was on the road. You're not thinking like that. You're not even thinking like that at home. So that was, and you're in the Rose Bowl, man. Like, who robs the Rose Bowl? Who robs the Rose Bowl? Somebody. So, but the kid, a lot of the things were emotional things that we're giving to them, like chains and necklaces and gifts. And you got some idiots online saying, well, they shouldn't have that, so they shouldn't be blessed. They shouldn't be blessed. That's crazy. It's like if you have a car in your driveway and somebody comes and steal your car. Well, you shouldn't have a car. That's how stupid that sounds. Yeah. These are young men that worked their butts off, or they were blessed and gifted by their family members to give them what was stolen. I know someone had a significant amount of cash of our camera guys, and we pray to God that he gets that replaced. Bad. It's not good.
Jason.
Hey Coach, Jason Jones, Bus Beat. I'm pretty sure you would say that you're moving on to Oregon State, but just since you mentioned it in the postgame, has the NCAA or the Pac-12 communicated anything to you
Not
one
to
way or
me.
the other about Shiloh's hit?
Oh, Charlotte's hit. No, not to me. I'm pretty sure they might have reached out to Rick or somebody. I not whatsoever. What are you gonna do? Say I'm sorry? My bad? Now, that's the word that every coach in America hates. My bad.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear that. What are you gonna do about it? It's over now.
Yeah.
No, we don't want to hear nothing about it. It is what it is. Move on.
Good, Ryan. Coach, there's the old adage about 20-60-20. You know, you have the top 20% of your team is the leaders, the middle 60 kind
I
of.
never heard that one.
No.
20, 60, 20?
So it's like the top 20 is leaders, the middle 60 can kind of be pulled either way, the bottom 20 pulls down.
Yeah.
Curious if you feel like your top 20 is strong enough to keep that middle group engaged for the Final Four.
I don't think that middle group is a negative group. Everyone has knuckleheads. Some of your kids are knuckleheads. You know, a couple of mine I gotta keep an eye on. So just understanding life in itself, I wouldn't go with those percentages, but we definitely have some that are bona fide leaders and they want this with everything they have. You have some just meandering around, and you got some that, you know, probably don't want to be where they are because they think they deserve more playing time or more of something that they're not getting. That's just life. That's an office job. That's a reporting job. That's anybody in life. But we haven't lost our passion or intensity for our purpose, and that's to win. We're still on the same page with that, coaches included. Everybody inside the locker room that's a part of this organization, we definitely, the desire and the goal is to win, and it's to win out. Good question, though.
Matt Smith, 104.3 The Fan. You faced a lot of great receivers in your time, college pros. Do you have an NFL comp for Xavier Weaver?
That's a good question. To me, Xavier Weaver got a lot of Andre Rison in him. He's tough, he's gritty, he's nasty. He can get vertical. He can run routes. He's going to catch the ball. He can return kicks. He practices his butt off. And you're really not a complainer. Now, Dre wanted that ball. Every day that ends with a Y. But Xavier, he's a good kid, man. That's my biggest comparison. I'm sorry going old school on you, but that's a guy that I played with and I practiced with that was a phenomenal player. Probably should be a Hall of Famer, especially since they letting everybody else in free. Might as well go ahead and throw Dre in there.
One other thing I wanted to ask you about Travis. That play was sensational on the first interception. The first interception was sensational. It seems to me there's not a lot of even NFL dudes that can do some of the stuff that he's doing
that's
right
instinctive.
now.
That's instinctive and athletic. That's why you don't worry about it. You don't worry about the snaps. You don't worry about the plays. You don't. The game that Travis had that wasn't his best game on the defensive side of the ball because he played well on the offensive side of the ball. That game, he just wasn't focused on defense. He was more focused on his job on offense. So that's it. He stayed over the break and refocused.
Do people understand how good he really is yet?
No, because he plays for us. We got some people that don't like nothing we do, but they will. They understand. They will understand. We got several players that are really, really good. Really good.
Okay, one or two more. Go ahead, Sean.
Coach Sean Keeler of the Denver Post. You didn't like the call. A lot of others didn't either on Shiloh.
Right.
Do you?
There's a couple calls out of there.
A couple.
It wasn't just the Shiloh one.
As a dad and a father, do you worry about league officials getting a rep on him, getting a rep with them, and then looking out for him?
No. These guys are really good, man. I think we have the best officials in the country. When I say football officials, I really do. And their game is tough. Their job is tough, man. So sometimes they miss it. Sometimes it's interpretation of why, and that was just interpretation. We felt like it was clean, of course, because he's our guy. If I was on the opposing team, I might have felt indifferent. Just like the guy with the one-hand catch on our sideline, I yelled at him. I said, "Son, great catch!" It really was a great catch. I thought he was out by far, but it was a great catch, man. A great catch, one of the best grabs I've seen. So I think the officials really do a great job. Wholeheartedly.
Tyler, go ahead.
Hey Coach, Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. This second straight week you're playing a run-heavy team, a very physical team on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Does that change how you go about practice style when you're preparing for a really physical team on both sides of the ball?
Yes, it does. You incorporate more tackling drills in to compensate for the physicality. You pad them up maybe a little more, maybe allow a lot more contact because of the physicality. You may elongate some periods that involves physicality in it, that you want to make sure your team is ready and on point, but you still want to tail off on those things to kind of keep them fresh as well. So these guys are watching film. They've increased the film viewership tremendously since we challenged them to, so they know what they're in for. And I can't wait, especially since looking all the linemen in the eye and just seeing how they responded in the candid conversation that we had. It's tremendous. I can't wait to see how they respond.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
We good?
Yeah,
God bless you. I appreciate you.
Did you see Russell Wilson's costume?
Excuse me?
Did you see Russell Wilson's costume?
No, I didn't.
He was you?
He was me?
Yeah.
So should I be him?
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna come with the now and later review.
Well, now later. You can't say now or later. Now later. Messing up the hood part.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Have you been in communication with the MCO?
I'm ordering them today too.
Have a good one.